Hi, Rita and Luke. This is Dad and Sheila. Suppose that if you're looking at this video, you have something like this you're looking at as well. Excuse me if it seems like I'm yelling, but we did this once already and you couldn't hear me. So now I'm yelling. First of all, you're going to want to know how to open the box to see what's inside. So what you're going to need are a few tools. Very few, actually. But you're going to need any two of these right here. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. This is a 1/2-inch socket, 2 1/2-inch wrenches, a pair of pliers, or an adjustable wrench. Just any two of them. You'll see. You're going to need a knife for a few seconds. It won't take long to use that. And you're going to have either a Phillips screwdriver or, much more preferred, a rechargeable drill and a Phillips bit for it. So we'll get right to opening up the box. So I'm going to hand the camera off to Mom, and she's going to video the process. Again, I'm yelling so that you can hear me. First thing you're going to need is a knife. Pretty simple. You're going to slit this duct tape here and here, and you're going to remove the duct tape. And the purpose of the duct tape is it's just covering up some nuts that are on the side that hold things together. Okay. So now we have the duct tape removed. The next step is to remove the front cover. Now, like I said, you could use a Phillips screwdriver, but there's a bunch of screws in it, and there's a lot of other things that will make the screwdriver pretty tedious. So I think you're going to want to use the rechargeable drill. I know you have one because you had it when we were out there to visit that time. We were changing the bike cleats using one. Okay, so I'm going to take the screws off the box cover, and obviously it says front. Start at the bottom and take all the screws out.
Hey, Nathan, is the red on there, is that okay?
Yeah, that means
Okay.
wait. It's taping. Yep. All right, so keep taking the screws out. As long as you see that clock in the upper right corner ticking, it's going. All right?
Yep.
You can see the merit of the electric screwdriver. Okay, all the screws are out of there. And I'm going to uncover it. Ta-da! There it is. This is a entryway table, or a hall table. And now we have to get it out of the box the rest of the way. So the next step is, you notice I have it up on a table, and it's probably the best way to do this, rather than on the floor. So the next thing we're going to do is lay it down on its back. The box weighs around 60 pounds. It's not too bad, but still, it's not light. Okay, so there's 4 screws in the center area. There's a bunch of screws around the outside edge, but the 4 here, they line up with the legs, and you have to take those out. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 leg screws. Now we can stand it up again. Okay, now we have to take the struts out and the levers that hold it in place. These are just plastic guards, just in case something were to come loose and bang around, nothing will get scratched up. So taking them out, they're split, they come out very easily. And what they reveal is 2 pieces of threaded rod that go through here. And those threaded rods have wing nuts on them that pull out on this and clamp the table in place. So we have to release them. Now, this is where the wrenches come in. Now, there's a nut here and a nut here, and both nuts have to be removed. So I'm putting a wrench on here, and I'm loosening them up. Now, they're coming off very easily, and when I send it, it's going to have a little bit of adhesive on the nuts so they don't rattle free in shipment, but it'll still come loose quite easily. So I have those two nuts free. I'm going to do the back two while I'm holding the wrenches. I'll have to do it again. So. This one's spinning a little bit. I just have to do that. Okay, now, all four nuts are off the threaded rod. Now, the way the tension is created is by these wing nuts here. So I'm going to back off the wing nuts a little bit, okay, so that they get loose. And once they're free, they spin quite easily. Okay? Those two are loose. And these two are loose. Those things you hear falling are the washers that were on the sides. I'll have them glued in place so they don't fall out. But nonetheless, that doesn't mean anything. Okay, so now the wing nuts are loose. Threaded rod is loose. You want to spin out one side to get a little room here. Okay, and now what you can do is pull the threaded rod out the side a little bit. Wait, I need a little room over here too. That's fine. Okay, so now, what we have to do is we have to get those nuts off of that threaded rod. Now you can just spin them off by hand. It's pretty tedious. You just have to spin them, and they have to come all the way off the end. So there's a little trick that you have here that you can use your drill again. So you take the drill bit, the Phillips bit out of the drill, and put it right onto the end of the threaded rod and tighten it up. Okay? Now, once you've done that, careful you don't whack into the leg. You'll scratch it with that. You put the drill in reverse and start going backwards. A lot easier to thread them off my hand. Okay, once all the nuts and washers are off, the threaded rod can be withdrawn from the box. Now we're going to do the other one. So I'm going to, the first one time I spun the wrong one the last time. I'm spinning the right one this time. It gives me enough room to pull it out of the wall over there and let it drop. Okay, now it's out, and I have enough room to chuck onto it with the drill over here. Okay, and there we go. I didn't go in reverse. Okay, and out it comes. Okay. Now, the next step is we have to get the levers and the fulcrum brackets out of there. Okay? Those are held in by 3 screws to each bracket on either side. So there's 3 here, 3 there, and 6 on the other side in the same arrangement. So we're going to get the Phillips bit, put it back in the drill. Okay? And the way you get the brackets out is just hold on to the bracket and end of the lever and take these screws out, 3 at a time. And when they're loose, the bracket comes out. Okay? Okay. Same thing here. And the bracket comes out. Now we're going to do the brackets on the other side. Same deal. You can see why the drill is better than the Phillips screwdriver. Pretty many screws and some pretty long ones. Okay, bracket that out. Okay. So all the levers and brackets are loose. Get these out of the way. Okay. Now the table is ready to come out. So you don't have to move it around. If you slide it around, it won't come out as easily if you just tip it out. If you tip it out, it'll just fit through the opening. And there it is. Okay, this little piece of packing is in here just to take up space when it gets clamped. So that'll be in there, and you just have to pull that out. And to tell you a little bit about, okay, this was made from scratch. The lumber is Pennsylvania cherry, the most part, the wood of it. The drawer is Pennsylvania tulip wood, also called poplar. The bottom is birch. All the rest of the wood is cherry. The construction is the legs are mortise and tenon with interlacing mortise and tenons in the corners. The drawer. I'll come to the drawer, but in the bottom here you can see some more. There's sliding dovetail joints that hold the sides into the back, and this is a locked rabbet up front that holds this strut into the front. So it's pretty strong, pretty well made. These are lap joints holding this piece together. This is a piece of very thin, solid cherry wood in here. The top is held on with 6 screws, 3 here, 3 there. There's little brass brackets. If you come up real close, Sheila, see they have engine turning on them for a little decorative touch. The front and rear brackets are slotted to allow for wood expansion because wood always moves with humidity changes. You have to let it move or it'll crack. Okay, so then come to the drawer. The drawer is latched and it won't fall out, and there's a little metal latch in the top here that I made. That to get the drawer out, you just push up on that and the drawer comes out. And the drawer is made with a this is the tulip wood, and then we have hand cut dovetails in the corners, and the base is a piece of birch plywood that is just slid in there and held in place with that little brass screw. So once you want to put the drawer back in, it'll go in and snap past the latch, and then it'll come back out again. So there it is. It's a little bit of form over function maybe, but it's a nice little table for a hallway or entranceway, and we hope you enjoy it. And consider it an anniversary present.
Happy anniversary.